Welcome to another Epic Ethics story, part of the Daniel's Fun Ethics Initiative Elementary School program. As you listen to the story, consider the 4 awesome questions, inspired by the Rotary 4-way test. Is it true? Is it fair? Will it build friendships and community? Will it be helpful to those involved? Stay with us after the story for some thought-provoking discussion questions. And now the story of Why Flies Bother Cows, a Nigerian folktale. When the Queen of Calabar was rich and hospitable, she used to give big feasts to all the domestic animals. As for the wild beasts, they were never invited. The queen was afraid of them. At one feast she gave, there were 3 large tables. Seeing that the cow was the biggest animal present, she said, "You now, my dear, take your seat at the head of this table." She then asked Cow to share out the food. The cow was quite ready to do this. As the first course was passed, the cow shared out amongst the people. The fly, however, she forgot, for he was far too small. When the fly saw this, he called out to the cow to give him his share. But the cow said, "Be quiet, my friend, and please learn to have patience." When the second course arrived, the fly again called out to the cow. But the cow merely pointed to her eye and told the fly to look there, and he would get food later. At last, all the dishes were finished, and the fly, having been given no food by the cow, went supperless to bed. The following day, the fly visited the queen to pay respects and give an appraisal. "Your Majesty, who so graciously hosted yet another grand feast. The food looked and smelled magnificent." "Truly, Fly," agreed the queen. "But wasn't the fare delicious as well?" The fly said with a tinge of embarrassment, "I regret that I cannot say, Your Majesty. I don't want to dampen the memory of such a fine party." "Speak, my child," promptly replied the queen. "Well, it seems that I'm so small that Cow thought my appetite to be irrelevant," said the fly. The queen's prideful grin smeared into glaring concern. "What do you mean?" "Well, Your Royal Highness, it just so happens that Cow failed to share any food with me." An even stranger look took over the queen. Her eyes opened wide as she stooped in towards the fly and said, "Alas, dear fly, from the eye of the cow you will feast from here so forth." And to this day, wherever the cows are, the flies can always be seen feeding off their eyes, in accordance with the queen's orders. The end. Discussion questions. When have you felt left out just because you were different? Tell of a time where you left someone out. How did the fly's patience work out? How do you feel about the queen's response to the fly's complaint? Do you think the cow learned to treat others fairly? Explain. Was it fair, unfair, or maybe both for Fly to complain to the queen? What is another way in which the whole situation could have been resolved?
This has been an Epic Ethics recording. generously sponsored by the Daniels Fund Ethics Initiative. We'd also like to thank Colorado Rotary District 5450 for your service above self and support of peaceful schools. For more information about the Epic Ethics program, or to bring this program to your elementary school, contact us at www.epicethics.org.